Okay, I read that Gus Van Sant said that you were more looking your own voice to make John Callahan than impersonating him. I mean, more making a version of John Callahan. How was this acting process?
Um, yeah, I mean, we talked about it early on, and we really wanted to feel as personal as possible.
Mm.
Um, and I was trying to navigate that space between like character and feeling like utter authenticity. And I don't know whether we achieved that. I don't know, it's like always a fucking gamble. But we talked about it a lot and tried to figure out what was the right way to approach it. And usually what happens is like, at least for me, the movie and the characters just start telling you what it wants. At some point, you have all these kind of discussions and you try things, and at some point it just starts presenting itself. And I don't know if it was the right decision or not. I mean, maybe it was a mistake. I don't really know.
Yeah, I like how you give dignity to John, um, but at the same time you are not indulgent with him. How did you find that balance?
I think really it was his book. I mean, I just got everything from his book. I mean, I read it several times, and he's really he was so honest in his book, and it's so personal. Um, and so that's what I really relied on. And there were, of course, several interviews, and Gus actually had shot like 7 hours of footage of John in the late 90s, and that was really informative.
Yeah, I like the film because it's not the usual superation film. It's more like how do we deal with our traumas, our insecurities, and how that takes us to dark territories, but also if we get over it, we can get a future, a hope again. What do you
Hmm.
think about it?
Yeah, I think it's really a hopeful film, and I think for John, he viewed his alcoholism as his disability.
Mm.
Um, and once he started that kind of personal work of self discovery, um, his creativity just flourished. And he talks about in the book like having this like furious 48 hours where he just like stayed up straight and just was drawing, and that it just kind of came forth, and he almost couldn't control it. And he'd considered several jobs, and he kept thinking he should do something that he said was like a more dignified job. And then he said at some point he had no choice in the matter. It was just something that was coming from him. Um, I really like that.
And how was working with Gus Van Sant again after all these years? How did how did you change? How did he change?
I don't know how I changed. Gus doesn't seem like he changed that much. He's very consistent, and but it was really nice to work with him again. When I first worked with him, I think I was like 19 years old, and it was such a pivotal moment for me as an actor. I hadn't worked for several years. It was my first kind of work as an adult, and I learned so much from Gus then. So I was really excited to kind of get back and work with him again and see what we might uncover.